Okay. I think we're basically good to go. Let's just set the lighting here and see what we can get. All right, let's do something like this. And then this one. It's pretty cool. It's a good start. Happy with that for now. All right. Okay. The goal of the day is, well, there is no real goal today, just have some fun, get a good stream going, that sort of thing. Let's see here. Well, let's also do a bit of that. We're still working out some of the bugs here, but we're getting started and things are going okay, which I'm pretty happy with. All right. Final thing here. Just gotta change this up. Well, that'll have to be fine for today too. All right. None of this is super important right now. What I'm focusing on, hopefully, is my code. Let's get that going. And we can get that going by having a look at, well, first of all, I just have to finish submitting this code change to the GitHub for this project, and then I'll move on to setting up the 3D modeling stuff and doing that work instead. I need to, this is in my eye too much. Got to figure out the framing too. Just got a few things to work out, but hey, that's all right. That's all part of the fun. Okay. Okay. Streaming. Here I am. Doing it. All right, so the goal for this here, I've got this RSS thing has been eating away at me. I'm gonna just make it even simpler. Let's check the status here. Oh, good. Okay, so let's do decided to only have I still want to clean up. Actually, I wonder, does this work if I do this? I realized another little problem here. Eden. I think I didn't finish changing this option. Format. Let me check what this stuff looks like here. If I go GitHub, I'm curious if that new line stuff, let me see the diff here. Able to merge. That's not what I meant to do. I just want to see the message here. Shoot, did I make a mistake here? No, I don't think I did. Oh, let me check CLI. Sorry, I'm confusing myself here. I thought I want to see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this message doesn't let's see here. Get format. Wait. Get new lines in commit message. I did it wrong. Oh, okay, that's simple. Wait a minute, let me check that is true. Well, I'll try that in just a moment. Okay, so let's go. Oh yeah, we're good. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. How have you been? I've been quite well. Yeah, fancy lighting. It's a work in progress. This whole here. Let me shed some light on the situation for a minute. So there's a light, like a fill light as well here that I can control. I can control everything with my phone right now. So there are Philips Hue lights. There's bright. um, let's do midwinter's kind of cool. There's a bunch. This is the same room, but I started actually turning it into something nice. So this is still the window. I have to make these I have to complete these panels and then put some art on it, but that'll look pretty cool. In the back there, so I built this yesterday, this glowing thing here. I can control it all with Bluetooth, which is nice. Just slowly trying to improve things. Yeah, upping the stream quality tenfold. I like it. Yeah, so I do want to overhaul everything, and this is the first step in those things. So one of the things that took a while, this is the same room, but I painted the walls a nice dark color. Some of my friends were concerned that it would be a deep, dark den, but that's exactly what I'm going for. I kind of like that aesthetic. Some of the things that need to change or will change soon, I'm going to add plants and build some shelves for behind me so that, and hang a few things on the wall so there's kind of a cool display there. I need to figure out how to improve the camera quality. You can see also I have to change the lighting a bit. There's shadows and stuff like that, but I'm getting there. See, because when it goes really bright, these are really washed out. This light here, I'm going to build a cool thing for as well and combine it with the light up here. This TV, I have to put a frame around it. I'm going to hang it up so it'll be up a little higher. And then I'm going to have that displaying something while I'm streaming. So there's a few things to improve yet, but already I'm pretty happy with how it's starting. I mean, it's still a little sparse behind me, but that's okay. I'm looking up ambient, like I'm playing it now. It's probably pretty quiet, but I'm going to keep playing ambient music and stuff like that on my streams. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm pretty happy with how things are coming together. Let me go back to this for a minute, though. There. Call that good for the time being, anyway. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you've been doing okay there, Mike. It's been a while since I've been streaming consistently, and I'm not sure that you've been in the chat in a bit, which is always totally fine. No one's ever obligated, but it's nice to see you again. And yeah, hopefully things are going okay. 1 second, this light is blinding me a bit. That's a good start. Actually started a new job, been super busy with onboarding, but you're getting to a point where you can start tuning in once again. Oh man. I'm gonna say congratulations on a new job. Hopefully it's good circumstances that led to a job change. Either way, that's yeah, onboarding, that's a lot of work, so glad to hear you're adjusting okay and all of that, and I hope it goes well for you. It's exciting stuff, or potentially exciting stuff. I was gifted a new mug as well. It's got a nice A on there. Fits perfectly. All right. Yeah, so I was finishing up one thing. Yeah, it was a good circumstance. Okay, a company reached out to me and offered a nice pay raise and some benefits. That plus the culture seems to be. The culture was too nice to say no to. Well, that's fantastic. Nice. It's I hear that kind of frequently where so cultural changes and stuff like that. That's all very nice, but pay being living in the world we do, it's important to make sure we're paid appropriately. And I find hopping to different companies often is what people discovered is the faster way to get raises and stuff like that. Which I don't know if that's necessarily. I think it's good for any individual. It's not necessarily great for companies that have churn and stuff like that. But that's beside the point. I'm glad that it's a positive change in your life. That's very exciting. And I wish you all the best with that. Okay, quick little change and then I'm hopping into the 3D mode because I'm sick of looking at text and I want to get back to my roots and actually design something. We'll see if I can pull it off. Ay, ay, ay. Excuse me. So all I have to do is just double check that this actually is going to work the way I intend. So let me do this. Okay, that's good there. Let me change the format to Eden. Let's vim 1487.eden. Oh, I did something wrong here. The big ticket item for the pay raise was that it put my wife and I in a situation where we can seriously talk about a family now because I can support one comfortably. It's a nice weight off of the old shoulders. Yeah, oh man, that I'm genuinely really happy for you. That is great news for you. It makes such a big difference, right? When you've got a bit of financial comfort and security, then you can start to think more expansively about your life in general, and in your case of family. That's great news. I'm happy for you. One downside with these automated lights is that it's yet another thing that can distract me from doing the work I'm supposed to do. Oops. But it's just so fun, you know? Seems almost a bit calculated to get some in-house distractions. Well, so I did buy these lights on purpose. You're not wrong about that. But the intent is to be cool and not to be distracted. But I digress. One little fun project will eventually be getting these lights hooked up with something more dynamic. But that's a problem for another day. Okay. For real. The Eden output here is not actually correct yet, so I have to make sure I can get that sorted. So let me do entry to hiccup here. I need to double check the output. So it is a map. It is more or less correct. ID post. Actually, let me do keys from the previous. I thought I had more than that in there. Suppose not. That's okay though. All right, let's see here. Okay, save. Do seek. File name is that. That's good. Post. Oh, I have to. Well, let's do slurp. Read string. Okay, so that it works. To get that, but I don't want just that. I want the whole map. So I have to change this approach a little bit here. This shouldn't take too long. And then I'm off to what I said before. Okay, so Mike, if you don't mind answering, what is the new job in a similar field that you were in last time? Is it still dev work? I assume it probably is dev related, but maybe it's in a different field. If you're open to sharing that, I'd love to hear it. If not, obviously, no big deal. All right. I know what I'll do. Okay. I don't need to do this selective flatten here because that happens already within other sections. Let's see. Still working as a dev using Python and Django instead of Java now. Okay, nice. The new company is smaller business. Is a smaller business-to-business payment solutions company. You'll be on the back-end team. No front-end work in the future for a while. Not mad about it at all. I feel that's a pretty common. That's pretty common that people interested in back end are really interested in back end and really not interested in front end. And I completely understand. The front end stuff can be just really just challenging. And it's weird, right? Back end is challenging stuff, but it happens to be challenging in a way that's really exciting. But front end is challenging in a way that, to me anyway, feels like just a lot of friction for not a lot of gain. And which is a weird way to think about it, but I don't know. That's just how I've been feeling about it lately. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Not a big deal. All I'm trying to do is turn this here. I thought I had done this already. I guess not. Okay, so what I'm going to do... well, I like front end. I like front end some. But with frameworks, if you don't get in at the ground level, I feel like I'm always missing out on how the wiring works. And then I'm stuck spinning my wheels. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I guess that's a more fair way to think about it. Is it a lot of back-end stuff, you're kind of building out some sort of system on, or you're at least like closer to designing the thing yourself usually. Whereas on front end, it's often the case that you're using an existing designed framework. Neither are bad necessarily. It's just that if you design a thing yourself, you naturally build a good understanding of it. And so it feels natural, like it leads naturally into expertise about a system that you're more likely to have designed, or at least, like you said, you're in on that ground level sort of by default with back end. But yeah, front end, that's maybe a little less common. So maybe that's where that comes from. Anyway, waxing poetic about front end work versus back end work and not doing anything. So what I want here, should I call this Eden? I think I should. The philosophical streams are back, baby. Uh-oh. I've got a problem. No, I love it. This is just how I think, you know? I can't help myself. Okay, so entry to Eden makes sense. Names-wise, that's better. And then here, instead of just putting content into the post, what I actually want to do is create I want to do a soch into the entry, the post, like this. Is that how a soch works? I forget. A soch into the map, the key A, and then the content. Yes. Okay, so we assoc into entry. Why did I do that? That doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Let's try that. Just shaking off the proverbial rust. Oh, yeah. That's right. Man, yeah, you're absolutely right with that. It's been a little frustrating. I've not been like the best, fastest programmer lately, and I don't know exactly why that might be. But that's just how it is, and I just got to get back into it, you know? So let me vim post /15. It doesn't matter which one I check. Tab, please. 15100. There we go. Okay, so let's check now. Let's try this, slurp that, and then read string that. Now let's do keys of that. So inside the map that I save out with Eden, I get an email, I get the email, the content, updated, name, title, link, ID, post, and published. I'm going to call that good for the time being. So I'm going to commit this. Let's quit that. Git status, git add, git commit. Changed Eden output to be the full map, including the original content entry. Okay, there we go. That is how. How's the trip home, by the way? It was for your sister's wedding, I think you might have said. Yes, that's right. So I went back to Ontario for last month. So I have three sisters, and actually now all three of them are married. So this was the second youngest sister that got married in the past month, and big success, successfully married, happily so, and we had a wonderful time. COVID number restrictions still are in effect a little bit anyway, so we couldn't have like a massive, massive party, but I personally preferred that. It was tons and tons of fun, even with the number of people that were there. It was outside. We had a nice tent and everything like that. My brother and I, we emceed. It was just so much fun. Um, and then after that, I managed to go to my parents' cottage for a little bit and just relaxed completely. It was awesome. So, yeah, the whole month was really good. And now I'm excited to be working hard on stuff. Like even off stream, I'm working hard on my open source. Just feeling happy and excited and ready to get back to it, put in solid effort with everything. Yeah, that's the deal. uh Glad it went well. Always nice when a wedding goes off with no problems. Yeah, totally. It really was a great day. And congrats to my sister and her husband, obviously. Yes, yes, of course. They are actually, I think they might be finished their honeymoon now, but they're very happy. They had been a couple for a few years already, so none of us were surprised when they got married or anything. And I mean, they know each other already so well, and so weddings are, it's almost like a formality on top of an already existing relationship sometimes, but uh blah blah blah. They're really happy, and I'm really happy for them. That's the truth of it all. Anyway, um, the Eden saves everything into a Clojure map. Everything is post key contains the hiccup. Let's see. The content key is the entry content saved as so you could potentially create whatever. Let's just leave it like that. End quote, git push. Okay. Now let's head over here. This was a mistake here. Tried the new line thing, but that's not what I meant to do, of course. Let's see what this looks like here. Okay, see, this is what I was hoping to get. See, I want to start making better commit messages too. So having a bit of a title and then a little bit of detail here makes sense here, to me anyway. Okay, so we'll call that good for the time being. All right. Let's close that. Let's open up the Forge library and dust off the old code here and get some 3D modeling working, because that is fun. And I think it's important, because one of the goals I have for this month is improving my workflows and improving the code I produce, and knowing what I've done with Forge and how I can should change the design document to be a little more explicit is going to be an important step. So I need to familiarize myself with this again anyway. See that, like, even this stuff here, core matrix and this Claypool stuff, probably I'm going to take out again. I remember that was related to wanting to render some stuff directly in the REPL, but I think there's smarter ways to go about that, where rendering can happen either in a native window or in a web browser window or something like that. But again, already getting ahead of myself here. Let me check here. Okay, so I've got the local SVG library being pulled in as well, which is going to be fine for now. The SVG library is another thing I want to get to another big release by the end of this month. That's going really well, and I'm excited about that. Don't go down native window rendering. It can be a nightmare. You think so? Like, maybe I'm using the wrong terms, but like, there is this. Sorry, let me REPL JavaFX. I was thinking of starting with something literally like this. Do a copy paste job here, learn how to render things into a window and go from there. Unless I'm using the wrong terms here, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not trying to render into the Emacs window. I would render in its own process. But the other side of me thinks actually doing it on web would be really cool, because one idea I had was to do a WebSocket server that I could log in this TV. Geez, I can't point properly. This TV, I could log into the same thing and push live changes to it and have it display behind me here. That would be cool. That's my bad. Thought you meant like writing C code and making it cross-platform. Didn't even think about Clojure with Java. Hey, Lumi, how's it going? There's CLJFX. Oh, you know what, Lumi, now that you say it, that's exactly, I have seen that. I just searched the wrong thing. Electron works better, actually. Most of the time. I'm actually surprised to hear that, but so I'm not opposed to any tool at all. I just would have to, I just have to pick one. CLJFX. Oops. There's also Java Swing that has Clojure bindings, I'm pretty sure. That could work okay. What am I doing? Getting lost here. Whatever. Oh, see, this is annoying. That's why it didn't show up. I'm on Gists, which is a different website. There we go. Ay. So Electron works better most of the time. So I'm surprised to hear it, but that is actually okay. And those are all things I'll think about when I'm rewriting my design doc, making it more explicit with exactly what I want. This was exactly what I had in mind when I, like just a minute ago when I was talking about native windows, but if it's not the best one, then I'm happy to move to other things. Browser runtimes are actually pretty well optimized. You can actually create a channel directly from a Java process and the Electron renderer process instead of going over a network. Java Clojure is faster than JavaScript Clojure. Actually create a channel from a Java process, an Electron render process. Huh. That's very cool. So like I said, like what I was just describing about using this over like a WebSocket web page, can I point in the right direction? No, I can't. Using that TV behind me, I have no architecture in my head. So what you say makes a lot of sense, and whatever ends up being fast is what I'll end up using. Okay, but let's not worry about that. Let's also not worry about that. Let's start to get this going again. It's been so long, I don't remember how I had this set up. Let's try. Hopefully this works with no errors. I mean, it should all be fine. Spoke too soon. Well, okay, at least let's see what does work. So we got circles. Does this work? Seems to. Ah, no, it doesn't. Okay, so A works. Okay, so sketch.svg does work. Let's do okay, well, let's ignore that for now. Let's get to an OpenSCAD window that we can open. We'll go there. We'll start there anyway. Okay, so slurp forge.scad. Okay, so there is one. That's good. Let's do okay. Temp. What does this look like? Oh yeah. Well, let's do is OpenSCAD installed, please? Thank you. I hope that works. How is everyone doing, by the way? I hope everyone's doing well. One thing, whereas you usually get accessibility and solid keyboard controls and good UI components, etc., out of the box with JavaFX, building something similar with the same features is quite involved in Electron. Yeah, I guess that does make sense to me as one of the trade-offs. Okay, so this is... Oh, this is ugly. Why does this look so bad? Let's do... I think I uninstalled and reinstalled... Yeah, web accessibility stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good tools out there, but it always does strike me as fairly involved still. To be fair, I don't know... I haven't done a ton of it myself yet. It's abstract art. Oh, this was a test. If I do this, sketch.svg, that is related. I can import SVG drawings into OpenSCAD and use them for extrusions and stuff like that. So, or I had that at one point. What I mean is, I don't like the theme. The color theme scheme is it's too much for my eyes. And I forgot to... Oh, I don't have the Nord theme installed right now. Bummer. Let's do that one. That's good enough for right now. Right, so that'll be okay. Now what I need to do is get rid of that. Oops. So I'm noticing with the lights, yes, I'm still distracting myself with that. I will probably want a light behind me here to sort of even it out a little bit. And I actually have plans. I've got two bulbs up here right now. I'm going to move them over to some floor lamps or whatever, so that should be nicer. Okay, but let's not worry about that right now. Let me worry instead about what the heck is going on. Because it appears that my imports are broken. But before I even worry about that, let's try figure some stuff out here. Okay, A, B, C, those all work. Okay, so let's do let's have a look at what Cider Show is trying to do. All right, here's $1 million idea. Get an LED light panel and have random drawings that I've made show up on the panel and rotate through them. That is a good idea. I actually really like that. Although, I mean, at what point should I, instead of using an LED panel, should I use a pixel grid, aka a screen? It's cooler if you make the panel yourself, right? I like that idea a lot. But I have to finish up other projects first, but that's filed away in the box here. All right, let's do let's see what I am trying to do with Cider Show here. I bet, oh, okay, this is why. If I just get rid of the color scheme altogether, I bet that fixes my problem. We'll see if it fixes the problem. All right, let's do here. Let's pop back into the Scratch namespace. Do that. Cider Show. I meant to do C. All right, well, let's do another foray back into here. Clojure.java.io/file. Oh. Okay. I think this function's not working. I have to check. Let's see. Well, also, first, let me do cider show. No. Scratch that. Let's do this first. First things first. So this file does exist, this temp PNG file. It's just not displaying in the REPL. So I can do I don't remember what it is. Shoot. I wonder if, I think I might have it in my config file. There's a setting you have to change to get cider. I don't remember it. Let me search it. Let's do okay, here there's a I don't remember what it is. It's been too long. Ugh. That's a bummer. Let's try. Try to figure something out. Content. No. It's not that. Did I? Oh, that's not what I meant. Oh, wait a second. Let's try the word toggle. It might be, I think it's like content. No, oh wait, yeah, search. Shoot. Well, let's try search in here. Why did I not write this down? Shame on me. It's embarrassing. Emacs cider display inline images REPL. Emacs cider settings. Cider docs. Maybe cider docs has something. Cider REPL use content types. Let's add that. There. Okay, let's try this. REPL toggle content types. What? Oops. Enabled. Okay. That's weird. Why isn't that working now? Maybe this file is empty? Okay. Okay, so there is that. That's a start. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so let's do, well, let's make sure, save that. In here, oops. If you need to turn on image display images in, if you need to display images in the cider REPL, you have to turn on which you can toggle with you have to make sure that cider REPL use content types is true. Toggle with wait, let's do this. MX there. Okay. Oh boy. Well, so now we've got something going anyway. I would like to now try PNG. The file name I want to do is asdf.png, and the model data I want to send is let's do a box. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's see why that didn't work. Let's go here. I wonder if no such file or directory. Well, first of all, can I do, oops. Does this work? If I do, there we go. All right, let's do write forge.model box. Okay, so that does produce a string. We're in the right ballpark here. We're getting somewhere. So if I do shell OpenSCAD, nope. There we go. Okay. Shell shell, does this work? User bin, oh, user local. Oh. Why would that be? Okay, well, I'm gonna do this. To do fix sure. User local bin. Let's try that. There we go. Seemed to work. Now let's do Java here. All right, we're getting somewhere now, finally. Oops. Please. No. There we go. Eish, sorry about that. All right, so we can display things there. Let's get back into the Scratch and fix some of the other issues. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Oop. Show E, that's good. Okay, okay. Now, let's do the, oop. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Slowly. Slowly but surely. Stop calling me Shirley. Oh my goodness. Okay. Love that quote, so iconic. I know. I it's kind of, I mean, I love it, but it's ruined the word surely, you know? Say it all the time, but none of my younger friends get it. I actually don't know why. Like, Airplane was kind of an old movie for me too. Like, I'm not, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. But it's a great, it's such a ridiculous movie. What do you make of this? Well, you can make a brooch, you can make a hat. Oh my goodness, so silly. All right. But anytime I hear Shirley, that is the first thing in my brain. It has ruined me. Okay. Same. I hope I don't ever meet a real life Shirley. I know, right? I mean, luckily it's kind of in the, it's, well, it's not a very popular name, at least right now. So the likelihood is currently a bit low. Not that that's much. Not that that means much of anything, really. But that's okay. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so next thing I want to do is figure out why this breaks. So let's go into image import. I feel like I'm making big mistakes here. I like this ambient music, actually. I have to make sure I follow this playlist. So I was looking the other day at configuring a System 76 computer, like so I could get a nice new Linux workstation. Man, computers are expensive. And like I got to the graphics card section, and like graphics cards are like the cheapest one was like $700 or $800. And then the next one up was over $1,000. It's like, it's a real shame. I'm not sure I can afford that right now. I mean, I, I, I literally can. I have the money to do it, but I just don't know if it's a good purchase because I don't strictly speaking need it. It's just like it'd be really nice for better video editing, better stream capabilities, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not making enough money to justify it yet. From those things. I mean, I don't know. I want a new computer though. The selfish part of me wants that. Yeah, they're super expensive. Yeah, real bummer. The other part of me is like, why worry about that? Just use what you've got and make changes to how I do my programming so that I don't actually need more powerful computers. I just need more efficient software and become a better developer. But that's a whole other thing too. And having the raw power is definitely nice for all sorts of things. Okay. Okay. I'm realizing I should probably change the design of these functions just a bit. So I should put, basically I should have so I have this slurp file name in here, for example. I kind of think I should only, like I should have the pulling from a file name only at the edge of a process, right? So, well, I guess I don't know. I don't know really. This is already an import function. It implies that there's going to be some I/O in it, but I'm worrying too much about that. I have to figure out why it doesn't work first. So here, SVG to model. So let's do this. Let's let's go into this here, figure out why things don't work. That is some of the most important stuff. Oh my goodness, I need to really clean this stuff up, but that is okay. Let's also check Git status here. Okay. What is my life? Let's actually do that. Okay. this here, SVG string to elements, is the first thing I want to figure out. So let's def a slurp. So that is clearly an SVG thing. That's good. Let's go SVG string to elements, which, okay. Okay, so we have a whole gnarly SVG thing. Wait, why did that happen? Well, let's drop to right. So it's there that things start to go wrong already, and the reason for that is unknown. I think I wonder if I do something like this. Remove strings. Oh, that's not what I meant. Def B SVG string to elements of A. So B is this whole thing. Okay, so if it starts with SVG, which it does, then I want to drop 2. So let's see what that looks like. So if I drop to B, that's now this. Oh, no. Where'd it go? Okay, here, drop to B. This here, there's a string, and that's not what I need. Remove string from drop to B. Does that work? So there's something fishy with SVG string to elements, which actually is kind of fortuitous, as if I go to here, there was a user, Light Matters, who brought up these import concerns, actually, where I started digging in a little bit, and I was using, oh, that's an error, formatting error there. Maybe. Yeah, same issue there. So these new line characters are showing up, and that might be, wait a second, I can use the actual source here. Why am I doing that? SVG CLJ. Yeah, it uses exactly the same thing here, so I have to go over to utils. Let's see. I think it's in here. Yeah. Okay. So let's have a peek at, I'm gonna skip this song. Or maybe I'm not. Let's just let it be what it is. Okay, it does appear that there's something inside the XML parsing that produces these new line characters inside content and everything like that. So if I go here, first of all, I'm actually gonna change this to element, because that is better, more consistent with other areas of my work. Alright, man, have to hop off for the night. Gonna be back to the normal streaming schedule, or am I still working my way back into it? Hoping to be into my normal schedule. Thanks for coming, by the way, and have a good night. Just to get you there to say it. I am hoping to be back into the normal schedule. The one big change is, well, I have more people vying for my time on a weekly basis now, so I just am hoping to be consistent with the stream, and I'll have to see how it holds up. I think I can make it work. It's just the past couple, I was on holidays, and then the other weekend there's a long weekend, stuff like that. So as things turn into fall and winter, I think I'll be pretty much on the normal schedule. That's the hope, and I'm going to do my best to get there. So I will see you tomorrow at the very least. Or I will be here tomorrow. You are, again, not under any obligation to actually come to the streams, but yes, I'm streaming tomorrow. It's a long way to say yes. Ay, ay, ay. think this might be the change I need to make. But I'm not 100% sure about that. We will have to see. Promising. Okay, that might be what I need. Let's try that. Actually, let's do svg clj.tools/cider-show b. Nope, meant to do b, not v. Oh. /file. I guess it can't display SVGs in line here, but can display them in line here? Bummer. Did I do this wrong? Guess I did. What? Is this SVG even valid? Oh. Users. Oh, did I do this wrong? Let's do drop 2b. Defs, Saudi, blah, blah, blah. Meta. Okay. Man, oh man, I am in the thick of it here. Don't remember what what I'm doing. Well, let's drop 3. String cannot be cast to number. That's because of these things here. Uh-huh. Well, let's try. Okay. Right, so we've okay. Things are starting to work, but we've got a long way to go. Oh, we've got a long way to go. Right. All right. Got a long way to go when it comes to loading and then fixing up the structure that comes in. But before I even think about that, I have to go to the washroom. I will be right back. Let me do this. All right. Where was I? If I do some thinking about this, see this, I want this to be true. So we parse the SVG string. There can be a bunch of extra stuff in there. I don't want that to be... I don't want that to be there, is basically the truth of it. So, ugh. Well, that's not great. Luckily, that was that was definitely a spam call. So let me do. I thought I was on Do Not Disturb. Let's put that on now. Okay, well, that was embarrassing. Oops. Well, I wonder what the real, like, what a proper solution to this actually is. What I want is only to keep those nodes which are part of the SVG so there's two problems. Well, there might be a few problems if I'm honest. Data XML, that's fine. Okay. What I would like to start doing as many users are likely to use externally produced SVGs. This is necessary for better import behavior with the Forge library as well. Okay. Right, so I mean, I don't expect that to fix the problems. But let's see what happens. Okay. Oop. Okay. Let's do show C, show B. Oops. Yeah, so even B is showing B is still broken. Showing A still broken. Right. Okay. I'm gonna give myself probably another half an hour, maybe another 45 minutes, but I'm not doing anything critical. I'm just doing exploration and figuring out the things I need to fix. So, well, let's make this a little more, let's add a little bit of effort into this. Let's do this here. This is the Forge REPL, so that's good. Now this one, cider jack in. Okay. Oh. Now we put this here. There. Okay. All right. Now we're slowly getting somewhere. Hope things are going okay with everyone else who's tuned in. My apologies for the for being a little quiet here and there. You know, not always explaining every single thing I'm doing right off the bat. Okay, now let's def A as slurp. Lambda SGR, hello. Hope you're doing well. A, B, and C are of different types. Yes, they are kind of different types. Let's see if I am following what you're picking up. So A is, I mean, I should never have tried that. That's obviously an SVG string. So that was just a mistake on my part. Hope you're doing well. Did I say that already? B and C are arguably closer to the same type. They're lists of SVG elements. The thing I'm trying to get working, or trying to understand the problem around, is well, the import issues with the way I built out some of these tools before. What am I saying? I need to improve the reliability of the XML to SVG imports and handle situations where there are namespace concerns in the XML so that things render appropriately. So B and C are both hiccup data converted from an XML node tree. So they're the same type, loosely speaking, but A was just a string. So you're totally right about that. But this here, you can't really see it that well. Rendering the SVG from the list of elements is what I'm trying to get to reliably without me having to manually drop elements and filter them out and stuff like that. So I have to build some of that logic into the SVG library tools. Does that make sense? I hope so. Lambda SGR, I'm doing all right. Are you doing all right? I'm glad to hear that. Multi-method? Potentially. I think in this case, actually, now that you say it, that might be right. I might do some, I might build a zipper and some node editors with the zipper, and then the node editor itself will be a multi-method based on the tag it gets in. That's one option. That's probably the right option. Or just do a cond insider show. Yeah, so the cond insider show might make sense. What I want to do is have so this is related to, if we ignore this, actually I should keep that tab open just in case. Yes, whatever. Ignoring this for now. I think I want to do, I want to solve it more holistically inside the SVG CLJ library, in part because in the discussions tab here, a user, Light Matters, asked me about imports and stuff like that, and I discovered a few concerns with how my approach was working, as in not working. So for example, the import I have right now leads to exporting SVG that might have something like this as an example here. You see how it has a : midpoint stop? That is a valid, like it works as XML, but the a : there is a namespace, and the way I got to this, I end up dropping metadata and stuff like that, so it breaks some of the namespace things. So I have to fix that, obviously. The other, some other concerns, so that's not the only spot that has it. Inside this linear gradient, there's also some attributes have these namespaces. So I just have to fix it properly, really. And I don't want to work around it. I just want to sit down and properly fix it. The other thing that I ran into as an issue was, and this I can probably fix fairly, this probably isn't too hard. It's valid to put, so this here, Y1, Y2, these are dimensional values, and they're encoded as strings here, and that's valid in terms of SVG, it'll render fine. But when it comes to my library transforms, it fails because it's expecting a number, so a float or an integer, or whatever, not a string. So I have to account for that in my transform function. So those are two different things related to importing SVGs, and it just happens to also show up as a problem when I'm doing this in the 3D context here because it relies on importing. So that's the deal with that. But let me just very briefly have this set up here. So I want to do users atom dev forge temp, nope, sketch.svg. Lambda SGR, I think you've been on my channel before. Are you a Clojure dev? I can't remember. Sorry if you've mentioned that stuff before. It's been a while. Yes. Cool. Do you do Clojure professionally, or is it mainly use Clojure? Very nice. What kind of stuff do you end up using it for now? Gotcha. I am very keen to become a better Clojure dev and dev in general over a period of time. This month, I've been working really hard on and off stream to try be more explicit with the goals I have for my open source libraries and my business. And I've been working pretty hard on that stuff. So I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm using Clojure for now as well, and I'm really loving it. Really pushing myself to become a better dev all around. And Clojure is a great language for that, I find. And the community's nice and supportive too when you go and dive in for help and whatnot. Sorry, I also have worked on, or am working on improving my set and everything for my stream. So I'm just distracted by my lighting and stuff like that. Use Clojure for your PhD dissertations for medical imaging. Oh, that's right. I'm pretty sure you brought that up on the stream before too. That's very cool. Very exciting stuff. I like it. Your setup looks pretty cool. It's a work in progress. I have some pretty neat ideas to improve it further. But so, I don't know. You see that rectangle light in the back there? All of my lights are Bluetooth Philips Hue bulbs now, so I can control their color and everything. So that's pretty fun. So I can dim it way low. I can set, they're called scenes, where I can set the colors of everything like at once and stuff like that. If I do, so here for example, this light behind my desk, I can change the color of that and change basically what is on my face. So this TV as well, it's not hooked up. I have to build a frame and hang it up for it because I took the front bezel off a long time ago. But I want to, I'm not even pointing the right way. This TV here, I'm going to make that look really nice and display. I think I want to get into generative art and animation and stuff like that and all that. Which one is the TV? This here. It's an old 32-inch 1080p TV that's sitting on its side. I I'm going to hang that up on the wall there and just have it displaying moving graphics and stuff like that as it goes. The rectangle thing itself, this light up here, I'm going to do a little art piece inside there. So it's going to look pretty cool too. Anyway, I am letting myself get a bit sidetracked. I'm just really loving the lights and stuff like that. Let's go. Let's do a purple like that. I like that. Anyway, so it's a work in progress, but I'm pretty happy with things. My walls were like a green color before, and I painted them this, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. So coming along nicely. One second though. My life is full of technology that constantly needs to be plugged in. What is my life? Okay, so what's the goal here? Let's define B as SVG string to elements. Why is that not? Oh, I didn't load it in. There. Okay, whoops. Right, so B. Come on. Okay, this, I'm gonna turn to false again, do that. All right, that's a little easier to read. Okay, I'm gonna do the really weird thing and do this. Oops. Things are getting out of control. Things are getting away from me here a little bit. Okay. Hiccup dot core slash HTML of ASDF okay, so now spit into temp.svg that. Now let's go here. Okay, so it does still have that problem. Prefix not bound to a namespace. Have you tried Vlad/reveal? I have not. I've heard about this, and I don't remember why I didn't try it. Is this an Electron app here? Excuse me. Tap support, eval, and selection. It's useful to examine your data. It's just a Java app window. Oh, okay. So this is good. I think. Do you know if it has, does it do, like, can you display images inside it? Let's see. And more. I wonder if I could build some custom renderers into it or something. I'm going to have to give this a real go because this looks pretty cool. I'm not going to set it up right now, but I am going to. Notes.org. When you have large data, it's better to dump it there than to show it in Cider. Not natively. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So it can do some views, like chart views and stuff like that, by looking at these examples. Like this, for example. View. So I do wonder, like this might, if I get a little bit clever with it, it might help me with some really fun visual stuff later on. But that's neither here nor there. TBD. There we go. Anyway, good to know. Good to know. Where was I going with this though? Oh yeah. So defs. Why does this? Never mind. I'm sure you can extend it. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. That's really cool. Thank you for pointing or reminding me of this. It's gonna be fun to hack around with, that's for sure. There's another one. I think it's the same kind of idea. Clojure portal. I think it's the same sort of tool. Yeah, same idea. I think this one's built with Electron. Oh, there's also this Rebel, REBL, which I've seen before. Yeah, from Cognitech Labs, yeah. I've never used this. This doesn't seem exactly like what I want. It seems really good for literally just like going through your data, but not for visualizing necessarily. But anyway. Anyway, I am distracting myself. Can you tell? Let's think about this. Well, first of all, let me check. Maybe I misunderstand this. XML error. Let's see what we can do to solve that, first of all. Simply add. Let me also now go. Let's look at this sketch file. Okay. Deaths. Let's see. Trying to just poking around here. Okay. Pick up core HTML of WASD. Okay, so it kind of broke a little bit. So let me now try this. Um, okay, see here. This doesn't look correct to me. That does look correct, but I feel as if there's a way. Clojure hiccup. Oh, hey, that's me. Neat. Hiccup, core, HTML. What are the options? I don't remember the options. Wiki? This seems largely untouched. A literal option may be specified as the first argument. It accepts 2 keys. Okay, so I wonder if I actually need to do key XML when I'm using this. Oh, wrong piece though. That's not it. Is that the right? I don't think I need it to be that way. Oh yeah, mode, yeah. Well, I'm gonna try one final thing here and then move on from this particular concern. Because if this works, this thing I'm trying, then I know a little bit about where to head with a solution. But this seems like I need to understand how to properly handle XML and namespaces so that I don't build workarounds into things. But I'll get there when I get there. I think I might have missed one. Oh, I also didn't do that. Why is that in there twice? It doesn't need to be. Actually, I'll leave that one alone like that. This one I missed. This one has to be. Okay, now let's try that. And then now let's try spit that to a temp file and see if it renders in the browser. Okay. So let's leave a little note here in svgclj.org. Let's right here. Notes on possible solutions. Tags, or no, attributes from the XML parse may look like this. Okay, so let's get one of these as an example. But that renders into HTML from hiccup.core as, well, let's make a full proper example here. SVG bosh that there. That renders as, sorry, this is a little tedious here, just note taking and stuff like that, but this is part of the development process sometimes. Renders as this. Note the lack of XMLNS prefix. What does create the proper adder is so I need to figure out how to get the proper output. It should look like XMLNS. Either by changing the XML parse string options, changing the XML parser used, parser, whatever, and or changing the hiccup settings. I could also see if it works to emit from Clojure.data.xml without using hiccup at all. That might be the solution. Let's find out. XML. Oops. XML/emit string. Okay, so that actually does seem to work. Let's spit into users atom dev forge temp.svg. Content is the last. Almost works. Let's see. If I get rid of this, nope. Seriously? Not quite. I mean, there is a view box and height and everything. Why? One more note here. Okay, we've got this snippet here does emit things with the proper the following snippet does create an XML string where the namespace prefixes are preserved on in the attributes, but the emitted XML doesn't work in a browser. It complains about what does that even mean? Why? Am I looking at the right file? I don't know why it's interpreting it as XML. Is it because oh, I wonder if it needs something like, I bet if I do XML namespace equals HTTP W3 I wonder if that's it. It is. Okay. Doesn't work in a browser unless there is explicit unless there is XML NS equals in the SVG tags attributes. Okay, well, those are some helpful notes. I am happy with that so far. Now let's totally kill that. Let's have one final look at the Forge library and see the kind of things I need to do next. Okay, I'm gonna be right back though and handle that when I get back. Let's do this. Okay, don't have much longer to go here. For the day anyway. I've got much longer to go with this in general. There's a lot of work to be done. But as a start... Oh, wait a second. I wonder... Fix an issue with elements having numbers stored as strings. Okay, that's an important fix. To do. Rewrite SVG CLJ design doc with exact feature list that brings the library to 1.0 release. Forge, to do, rewrite design doc. RSS saver, to do, clean up, hiccup, clean up the hiccup with turn string br string into para. Okay. Create an example with cron job for script. Create a web version of the base of the create a video describing the project. Oh, to do. How do I do? not what I meant. How do you mark a to-do as done in org mode again? I don't remember. Org mode, mark, task as done. That's not what I meant. Org mode mark to do as done. No, that's exactly the same page. Ay ay ay. Any headline becomes a to-do item when it starts with the word to-do. I also don't need the colons there. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's actually helpful. That's a little bit better. Good to know. One second. Uh-oh. All right, well, I don't know what's going on with that. But let's get there. Okay. Kids today. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I thought it was a protest for a second. Protesting my stream. Thanks, man. Alright, I gotta get going very soon. Let's finish up writing a few things for this to-do list here. I have to rewrite the design doc. I also have to let's do this is a low-hanging fruit one. Let's do to-do here. Remove shadow CLJS stuff. Keep that keep that as its own project. Oh, which reminds me, SVG CLJ CLJ. Why am I there? To do address issue of slow performance in browser. Here to do edit and add relevant details to the README, including design doc changes. To do automate or improve process of pushing to Clojures. There we go. Automate compilation and upload to GitHub pages. I also have to match behavior and design with Radish eval approach. Which brings me to Radish, to do write design doc, to do I think that's pretty good. To do create a complete model project example with shoot, what's the example I actually want to do here? Truss design, I think. Yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna be able to do for now. Oh, one more to do, big to do. Create a 3D render for web view. Oh, and to do prototype a multi-user app where one can be a view, one can be a control, one can be editor. Yeah, okay. Then metrics, create the design doc app for tracking my goals, quotas for content, etc. Alright, that's a lot of to-dos, but that's pretty okay. I mean, that's just the way life is, really. Stream, to-do, new overlay assets, new new assets for mainstream view, to do new interstitial assets, BRB starting soon, offline, new notification assets, follow, sub, bits, donations, to do new stream goals, assets, to do design window art, window cover art, finish lighting setup, that's pretty good. All right, that's gonna be it for me for the day. I feel pretty good about this stream. Got a bit of work done, bit of casual conversation, all that good stuff. I'll be back again tomorrow, and I'm back on a normal stream schedule, and I'm hoping things, you know, slowly start to look cooler and more complete as the stream goes on. But that's going to be it for me for the day. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you all have a good one. Bye-bye.